So we just weighed this thing. And how many pounds is this bird, Holly? The feathers were just not coming out. Kind of a more interesting experience than we bargained for.
That's one way to put it.
Hey, yo, folks. I'm Sean the Modern Yeoman. This is my dad. Today we are going to dispatch the turkeys, and it's a little late. We're at a late start. It's already noon because we had some issues with the cork situation at the bottom of our sink here. The sink that we're going to use to scald the turkeys. This is obviously a lot bigger than something like that, which won't fit the turkeys. We do have a cork now. So Dad went and bought a bunch of different size corks, and we have a cork that I think will work in terms of plugging it up. We've tested it out. We put water in there and it stopped it up good. So I think we found the right cork size. It cost us some time, but we're only doing 4 birds, potentially only 2, which won't take long at all. So we're gonna let the water finish heating up, and then we're gonna get to it. I think we're gonna do the toms first. We've got a rope system, like a noose system that we're gonna use for them. We're gonna put their legs in there and they'll be hanging. Their head will probably be down there. That should do the trick for the big guys because they won't fit in the killing cones. The female hens, they should. So we're gonna let this water finish heating up and then we're gonna get to it. As always, it's worth noting in videos like this that there will be blood. I'm not going to show the actual moment of dispatch for the turkeys, but there will be blood and guts. If that kind of thing makes you squeamish, you may want to check out another video or skip ahead. We should be done with the worst of it and get on to the next part of the process here in a few minutes in the video. So either skip ahead or tune into another video. But this is life on a homestead when you're processing your own meat. So it's kind of funny. I guess it's not funny. It could be potentially morbid. You see that tail feather sticking out of this nest box? That's one of the female turkey hens. I wonder if Gravy is going to start laying eggs soon. Which makes me wonder if we should hold on to the females. Adds an interesting wrinkle to this afternoon's activities. Either way, we're going to get started with the males. So see what she does in the meantime. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to show of what just transpired, but long story short, it was heavier than we suspected, and the rope, which we thought was quite strong, broke mid bleed out. So we had to finish the job on the ground, which wasn't pleasant for us or for him. We did get the head off, and so now we have to quickly work to make sure to singe him so we can get these feathers off. Kind of a more interesting experience than we bargained for.
That's one way to put it.
We're only going to get one more tom today. The turkey hens, 2 things. Number 1, they might actually be laying eggs, which is I'm kind of interested to see. And number 2, turkey hens are so much easier. They're so much lighter. Next time I process chickens, I'll do the turkey hens with them. So we're just going to get the two toms. And as big as they are,
or maybe we'll do the turkey hens before Christmas or something.
Maybe.
You know,
as big. Look at all this meat, guys. Look how much meat we have on this bird.
How much do you think it weighs?
We're going to have to weigh it, but
Well,
Boy, I'd
After
say
the guts are out, I don't know.
after the guts are out, we'll see. But this
It's
is a
gotta be over
lot
50.
of meat. So I'm gonna gut them here in a minute. I'm gonna gut this
It was
guy in a minute.
actually too big to fit in the plucker. Well, actually, it fit in the plucker, but it was so heavy the plucker wouldn't rotate.
Correct. Yeah. So we have to pluck these boys by hand. The thing is we will be rewarded with a lot of meat.
Oh yeah.
A lot of meat. That's Thanksgiving dinner right there. And then some.
Maybe Christmas too.
Do you want to pick it up, Jana?
Well, no thanks.
So one bird is done. It's in the kitchen, ready to be quartered. Maybe even 50 pounds of meat, like dressed out. Well,
It's
I'll weigh it,
massive.
but it's insane how much that thing weighs.
When I picked that thing up initially, I thought this has got to be the biggest bird I've ever seen.
We made a mistake in letting him get too big. We let all the turkeys get too big. Especially the male ones. When we do turkeys next time, we won't make that mistake. The second mistake we made, well, there's a series of mistakes that we made. Didn't expect for him to be as heavy as he was, so the rope snapped. He was already dead when it snapped, but it made for an unpleasant finishing process. It just wasn't ideal at all. The third mistake, this tub is big enough to fit the turkey, but just barely. I'll have to use more water or get one of those big old oil barrel, 100-gallon oil barrel things to scald out the turkey next time that we do one, because even that's probably not big enough. So a couple of mistakes. Do we have the appetite to do another one? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Maybe. It's getting later in the day. I might need to. There's a couple of things going on over the next few weeks. We will have turkey meat for Thanksgiving, which is awesome, but we may need to table the rest of the birds. We've already decided that we're not going to do the hens.
Table.
Yeah.
Interesting word.
We've already decided that we're not going to do the hens. We're going to probably do them closer to Christmas, sometime in December, and we may want to wait to do the next tom, the last tom. I think we have an idea of a different process that we'll use to kill them next time. The rope method I don't think is ideal. Very likely that giant turkey that we processed today might be it. We'll see. Okay, so the whole Yo gang is in here working on...
It takes a village.
Yes, working on this Thanksgiving bird here.
It's a plucking party.
Yo Grammy, yo Nana Jana, yo Mama, yo Poppy, and then yo Bird. So Holly, you wanted to show us something.
Oh, my hands are kind of dirty, but So this is a chicken that we have thawed
This is a chicken we processed last year, right?
So this is like an average sized chicken.
For comparison's sake.
Holy
One big bird.
mackerel.
That is a
Look at
monster
that.
bird.
That's gargantuan.
So we were having a real trouble with these feathers on the wings. They would not, no matter how long we scalded these wings, we took the wings off. The feathers were just not coming out. So Holly, I was telling her, like, why don't we just cut around in the skin and pull these feathers off? And you were like,
no.
because that turkey skin, the turkey wing skin, is worth the struggle,
I feel
right?
like I've made turkey wings for you before, and
I think you have.
You don't remember how good they taste, apparently, because I'm not sacrificing any of this skin.
Well, you're making hay here with these things. You're on a roll.
I'm on a roll.
So we tried putting this guy in the plucker, and as you can imagine, that didn't go well. He's too heavy. The plucker table that spins just wouldn't spin because this was too heavy. So we had to pluck by hand, and you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but there is a bunch of these little feathers that are just kind of hanging out in different spots of the bird. We're just trying to get by hand before we get the bone saw and we cut this thing in half and probably into quarters. I'm disappointed in that we weren't able to get all the turkeys or even two of the turkeys. The kill wasn't as clean as I would have liked. Granted, he was dead very quickly, but the process with the rope breaking just really threw me off kilter, threw us off balance. We'll be more prepared next time. We'll have a big barrel when we do it, and we're probably going to shoot the bird first just because it's so heavy, at least the tom. The hens will use the killing cone. They'll fit in the killing cone. We'll probably shoot the tom first and then bleed them out. It's just more humane. It'll be a lot quicker. We let these guys get way too big. That's an understatement. These toms got way too big. I hope the meat is awesome. I hope the meat isn't affected by how long we let them grow out. But I think we're gonna salvage this bird no matter what, and we're gonna make good use of this meat. So this animal did not die in vain. We're gonna make very good use of the meat here. And there's dozens of pounds of meat. So this meat will last us quite some time, just from this one bird. And when we get the next guy in December and the hens, we will be more prepared for the process. We were unprepared for how heavy he was. We were unprepared for the rope to break. Not ideal all around, but we're gonna make the best of it. And it's part of the whole homesteading learning curve is trying things, getting out there and doing things, and then maybe they don't go according to plan, but you know better for next time. And that's definitely the case with this boy. So I got my weight, and what I'm gonna do, since we don't have an official kitchen scale that's big enough for this thing, we have to get creative with how we weigh it. So I got my base weight, what I weigh, and I'm gonna see what the new weight is once I weigh that thing. Oh.
Oh, now it's got the feathers all over it.
Do we have a number?
Yep.
So we just weighed this thing. And how many pounds is this bird, Holly?
47 pounds.
47 pounds. This turkey, there's no guts in it. We took the guts out. We took the head off. We took the legs off. We took the feathers off. It's a 50-pound bird, my friends. Let's cut this thing up, shall we? The day didn't go as we planned it would go. It's the end of the day now, and we are left with 3 coolers full of meat from one turkey. We're gonna have some of that meat next week at Thanksgiving, but the rest we're gonna save. We're gonna put in the freezer. Right now it's being refrigerated in these coolers full of ice. You gotta be prepared, and sometimes when you're not, you still gotta do it anyways. We did that, and we learned for next time how we're going to approach the 3 remaining turkeys that we have, probably next month. We'll be far more prepared. But in the meantime, we still have this. We're still thankful for this turkey. Didn't go as planned, but here we are, 3 coolers full of meat. So thanks for watching. Until we see you guys next time, remember, as always, slowly, slowly.